stories, man. These is lived experiences. Welcome back to the Swine Glow Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here at this round table amongst my round table family. Salute to all of y'all that was able to catch this live, man. And most definitely salute to those of y'all that's able to catch up to it a little bit later. I understand people got things to do throughout their day. Hey, keep those priorities what they are. Get to the round table when you can. Salute to those of y'all that show up faithfully. It's all love, all respect, always. You feel me? Now, look, before I jump into what I jump into, let me take this opportunity now to ask if you haven't already did it to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the show. It won't cost you nothing, I promise you, man. If you hit the subscription button right there, right here on the bottom of this channel right here, right? Hit that subscription button, man. It will not charge you nothing. That just makes you an official family member at this round table. You feel me? That's all it does. You feel me? And we embrace you wholeheartedly here. You know, once you become an official roundtable family member here, man, we encourage you to jump into the chat. You know, whatever we talking about, whatever it is that we bring to this roundtable, and we chop up, and we throw around. Because I always, give my roundtable the floor and let them do what they do. You feel me? So please, I encourage you to jump in the chat. You feel me? Engage. Do what you do. Just, make sure you keep everything respectful. We love and respect each other here at this round table. You feel me? So again, man, be respectful. If by any chance you come out and you be disrespectful, we got a place for you. You feel me? I promise you that. And my roundtable family will not hesitate to, do what they got to do with y'all, man. Point blank, period. Shout out to all my roundtable family, man. I see y'all in the chat getting cracking already, man. My beautiful woman, Miss Golden, I always send my love and respect to you. It's always a pleasure to do what we do on a consistent basis every day, especially outside of this roundtable. You feel me? You are probably the greatest minded person that I know, the greatest minded person that I love having as not just my woman, but my best friend. You feel me? And my advisor, one of my greatest advisors as well. You feel me? So everything that you bring to the round table and to my life, you know what I'm saying? Privately, is just A1. You feel me? So I gotta always salute you, beautiful woman. Don't ever forget that. Okay. Oh, and make sure y'all hit the notification bell too, man, as well. So when we do these lives or I drop a random video, whatever, they gonna notify you immediately, and you will be right here front and center. You feel me? You won't miss a beat on nothing. So hit the notification bell as well as hitting that thumbs up button. You feel me? And subscribe, man. Become an official family member at this roundtable, man. You're going to love the vibe over here because we do what we do. But anyway, now we're going to go ahead and attack the main issue at hand. And then I'm going to hand the floor over to my roundtable family as I always do. And, see how live y'all getting cracking in the chat. You feel me? But the things that can get you stabbed on a level 4 general population mainline yard, right? Now, the things that can get you stabbed, now y'all got to understand the severity of that. That's a punishment that's handed down typically, right? When the whole entire collective as well as environment of your population is absolutely done with you. You violated to the point of no return. You violated to the point of not only can you not exist around these gentlemen, but you have to leave that environment in the most harshest way. You feel me? If with anything, your life's still intact, right? Because sometimes them situations can turn deadly when there's weapons involved, and that involves you attacking somebody with a weapon, right? And listen, man, listen. You can think it in your mind that it might be easy to do to stab another man, but think about that. I want y'all to think about that. Think about that, right? Think about you right now, physically holding a knife and stabbing another human being with that knife, right? Now, you might think that that's an easy thing to do, right? And you might even think, well, if I'm mad enough, you know what I'm saying, I probably can do it even more. If I'm mad enough, if my life is on the line or whatever, right? But even in those situations, right? Because you don't never know what the outcome of that situation can be. Like I said, a person can lose their life if you are attacking somebody or you're being attacked by somebody with a knife, with a weapon. And in a lot of those cases and those situations of somebody utilizing a weapon in prison on you, right? In a lot of the cases, man, those weapons that's going to be used against you, right? It's going to be some very deadly instruments. The instruments typically are designed to do some very, very serious damage to you, right? The weapons are not designed to puncture you and none of that. No, the weapons are designed to do some very serious damage to you. So you have to take that into account as well. So just imagine, place yourself. This is why I always ask the PC guys, right? The guys that has been through this firsthand. This is the only way we gonna get to the truth, to the bottom of this shit. The full prison experience, because now you have voices of content creators that do um, podcasts from prison, such as myself, right? And you have different elements of this, right? And these different elements speak their truth in existence, right? So bam. As well as you have um, um, correctional officers who now have YouTube channels that give their testimonials on their experiences in prison. You feel me? And um, as well as, now I can't include the PCs in on this because they don't ever get the truth about their existence as a PC. They only give you what they used to be, and what drove them out and what drove them to, you know what I'm saying, to start taking a stance against the gang stuff and all this and that, right? They only give you from that standpoint. They don't give you the truth. That's the only thing that's missing from the game, right? But anyway, because what I can tell you from my standpoint of a guy that's on a level 4 general population mainline yard, right, is this: the things that get you, like I said, if you get stabbed, that's a penalty that's usually you've committed the ultimate violation. That's like the last resort to everything. However, in a real one's mind, that's gonna be his first resort, because you just have guys that don't. Me, I don't. I love my safety. I love being able to wake up to another day. Although it's a day in here in this environment in prison where I've been for the last almost 32 years straight. Nothing I'm proud about, nothing that I'm bragging about, right? It's my reality. And if you think about how deep that is, of all that time spent in prison, right? And I'm actually, because it trips me out. I swear, when I cut the camera off and I sit back and I think about it, like, damn, I actually have a platform where I can go and talk to the people and give them true testimonials on what prison really is. And I'm still in the environment, living it. right? And have to live every moment of it in truth and honesty, right? And even if it wasn't in my within my character and just in my genetic makeup, period, to be real and keep it authentic, right? About every aspect of prison, right? Um, I'm in an environment where I have to do that, right? I can't come and fabricate anything or put any extras on anything. It's certain things that I can't even speak about. However, the things that I am able to speak about, it's going to be in truth and honesty every single time, right? So when I tell you, when that penalty is handed down to you of you having to be stabbed, this is why I tell y'all, don't trade your freedom for prison. Don't do it, because it's conditions that you're going to have to, it's a whole different way of living. It's really, in all honesty, I can see it being a complete a complete, and excuse my lack for a better term, but a complete mind fuck for a lot of you young dudes, right? Because you go from living one way and getting down one way to being thrust into an environment where where you might go into it thinking, you as a young dude might go into it thinking it's gonna be one way, because you probably heard you got 4, 5, 6 homies on the yard. A lot of them probably got reputable names too on top of that, right? So you probably going into it thinking like, oh yeah, that's fine. I remember when he was on the street. I remember when we was in the LA County jail, how he was, and bam. As soon as you see if he been in that prison before you, right? And this your first time seeing him in this environment, right? And you see how much he has grown up and how everybody else that's around him, right, is pretty much like, their way of thinking is a little bit more advanced. And you in an environment where you're not playing with dudes every day. It ain't that playing and all that shit. Nah. You don't wake up with playing with another man on your mind. You feel me? Like you have to be at your most respectful. If that's what you are expecting from everybody, then you most definitely are gonna put that first and foremost, and that's gonna catch on with everybody in the environment. You feel me? But one of the major things that can get you stabbed in prison on a level 4 general population mainline yard, right, is disrespect. Disrespect of any man. I don't care if you are of the same race or if you are another race, right? Or even if it's with the police, right? Any form of disrespect can get you stabbed. You got to think about this, because a lot of riots start over probably some individuals having a one-on-one exchange, and they just so happen to be of different races. Now, you are not allowed to have disagreements with another race on a general population level 4 prison yard. There is no disagreements. You're not allowed to have no disagreements. See, this is why a lot of the rules and regulations are put into order, right? My bro, 16 to Life, just did a video. I can't remember the name of it, right? But he just dropped that video, I think, yesterday, and he was speaking about um, how some of the rules are in place not because of it's a racist thing, right? But because it lowers the rate of the two races being in conflict with each other about whatever. So it's certain rules and regulations that's in store to lower the possibilities of that happen. See, y'all have to understand, man, like wars in prison is deadly. People get hurt. People die. You feel me? To actually be in closed inside of a pit, because that's what it is. A prison yard ain't nothing but a big pit. Imagine a football field, right? That's all a prison is. It's a football field with a whole bunch of concrete buildings that store all the inmates. Concrete buildings around that little circle. You feel me? And they let out a certain amount of people. You feel me? And everybody is coexisting in that little bitty circle. So you figure out different ways to have less engagement. You feel me? To keep down the possibilities of anything going sideways. That's why it's a lot of rules and regulations in store where, as far as the villains go, with you know, how the races deal with each other. You feel me? Which is, one of the reasons why from the Hispanic side, like they don't want no business dealings with blacks. Period. In prison, like that's just how that's one of their things, and that's in store for a reason, though. You have to think about it. Think about it, man. If you owe somebody and it's of another race and it's from a race that you're known to beef with, that many wars then popped off with, right? That the wars go on forever. People get seriously hurt, if not lose their life in some of those wars. Don't nobody wake up looking forward to that type of shit, but it happens. That's the reality of prison. Not putting no extras on it or none of that. Like that's what prison is. It's what a level 4 general population mainline yard is. King Grover, what's up, Brody? I see you, man. I send my love and respect to you as always, man. Glad you was able to make the live. Pam Satin, what's happening? I see you, sis. Glad you was able to make the live. Salute. Jay Swift. He say, keep up the good work, fam. Hey, I appreciate you, Jay Swift. Salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Pam said, I had a question in the beginning. What's the question, Pam? Shoot, shoot, shoot. Stabbing is personal. Yes, it is. It most absolutely is, Pam. Stabbing is like, you got to think about how that's intimate. You're using a instrument to stick into another human being's flesh. Another human being that has a soul running through it. That if you're actually trying to stick that instrument into that other human being's flesh, you're trying to take the soul out of that body. You feel me? Think about how deep that is. Jake Brown, salute, salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Guerrilla Warfare, salute, salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Send my love and respect to both of y'all. Toy Play 4811 said, especially if they did not have a weapon. John Connor say, I remember me and my homie was in charge of making them things free, my bro. He got LY in high desert. Free, man. John Connor, salute. Glad you was able to make the live as well, John Connor, man. Yeah, when it came to the weapons and all that stuff, right? You had some that really thrived in that department and took great pride in making them. I was always the type of person that felt like all my homies should know how to make them, no matter what you making them out of, right? I usually would teach them, how to make different weapons and all that stuff, right? Um, I remember our time being in the L.A. County Jail Crip module, right? 3400 Baker Road, right? I remember being in there, and now during that time in there, I had already been to prison, so I had weaponry pretty much down pat. However, I didn't know every single thing. And then like the more of my homies came in there, we was just teaching each other different stuff as far as weaponry, and you know what I'm saying, just making different things, you know what I mean? Like in there, especially in there, because I look at them times, man. This is the 1995 that I'm talking about in the Los Angeles County Jail Crip module, right? Where it was on during those years. It was on. It was war. It was dangerous as fuck. I would just remember being in a lot of different dangerous situations when it came to wars inside the jails, the Los Angeles County Jail, and you know how your performance as far as knowing how to make weapons, and teaching the homies that was in there that had never been to prison or was just coming from YA, or you know what I'm saying, just teaching them like you know all that, the prison stuff, you feel me, as far as making weapons and how we used to bust down and all that stuff, right? Just to try to have everybody around you as on point as possible, because again, you going against very worthy adversaries, being the Southern Hispanics, right? Especially during those times, very worthy adversaries indeed, very dangerous adversaries. If you wasn't on point and had the mentality to match that intensity, then you definitely was gonna be um, a victim. We wasn't into being victims. Feel me? Like we just wasn't into it. Like, so we was pretty much well prepared. Everybody that was around us, as far as our homies go, we was well prepared. You feel me? But another thing that can get you stabbed in prison on the level 4 general population mainline yard is stealing, right? If you steal and you get caught stealing is probably at the top of the list, right? I'm not gonna lie. Stealing is at the top of the list. If you get caught stealing on a level 4 general population mainline yard, right? It's supposed to be everywhere though, on all yards, but on a level 4 general population mainline yard, if you get caught stealing, I can promise you, right? You gonna meet, if not death, something close to it, right? No matter who you are. If you get caught stealing, you are gonna get done bad, with no compromise. That's at the top of the list. Never steal. I don't care what it is. right? Never touch anything that isn't yours. Another thing that can get you stabbed, right, is going into debt, not being able to pay your debts, right? Going into debt to another man. Now, I remember I told the story on this channel before, right, about the white guy that I was in Calipatria with. This happened in I think 2001, I believe, on the C yard, right? Uh, Damn, that was either the C yard or the A yard. I was going in and out the hole so much back then. Oh my God, it's just crazy, right? But it was either the C yard or the A yard, right? Where this white guy, cause we all knew him, we all dealt with him. Um, he had a heroin addiction, a cold heroin addiction, right? So a lot of people dealt with him because he was able to come up with the money to pay for his addiction, right? And but when you dealing with addicts like that, addicts ain't loyal. Addicts are not loyal. An addict is just gonna want what they want, and if an addict is dealing with me and he come and he run his tally up with me to so much, and I'm like, nah, that's it. I shut him down. He ain't gonna do nothing but run to the next person that's selling, right? And run his tally up with that person until that person shut him down, and then he move on to the next. And that's what they do in prison, right? So, you know, it's like with these guys, right? With this specific guy, we like I said, we all knew him. A lot of us dealt with him. Uh, um, he owed me. He had owed me for like a minute, right? And I remember like pushing a line on him. You know what I'm saying? I want my money and this and that and blah blah blah, right? But this same guy went and dealt with the wrong person. He went and dealt with the wrong person, right? Now, remember how I tell you, like, the Southsiders, they got a zero tolerance on their people doing business with blacks in prison. If it get discovered that you are doing business with the blacks in prison, right, and you're in, if they any of them is in debt, and one of the blacks go report them in to their people, well, you liable to get paid in blood behind that because you went and reported them in. They're not gonna pay the debt. They're gonna stab that dude. They're gonna try to take his life, and that's the way you gonna get paid. You're not gonna see no revenue. That's the way you're getting paid, by them stabbing this dude, trying to take his life because you went and reported him in when y'all not even supposed to be doing business. But you got those that do this shit, idiots, right? So that's why they have a lot of the rules, you know, set the way that they do. You know what I'm saying? So I just remember attending a number of meetings with the Southsiders, and you know what I'm saying. It's just crazy, man. Prison politics is crazy as fuck, but that's what happens. You feel me? That's what happens when you're not supposed to be doing business. So if you go put one of them out there, they're gonna pay you in blood, and that's it. JCat Correctional Facility said, "Why you got 30 years for, brother man?" Oh, well, first and foremost, JCat Correctional Facility, shout out to you. Glad you was able to make the live, my brethren. Salute to you. You want to know why I've been in prison for the time that I've been in for the almost 32 years? Well, was sent to prison back in. I got found guilty in 1996. Got locked up in 1995. Got found guilty in 1996. Right. I was being charged with two unalivings. Got found guilty of one. Right. But still got the time as if I got convicted for two. Right. So anyway, I've been gone ever since. Dapper Dillinger say, I be flying drones to the joint. Watch for my Tommy G video coming out soon. Pam said, hit the like button, please, please. Pam said, I would think you will have to get technic shots after being stabbed maybe a few times. I mean, I would definitely recommend that you get technic shots if you get stabbed, Pam, because the metal be having all kind of stuff on it. Like those be putting feces on the metal. So once that knife go inside of you, the intentions is to do the most damage to you as possible, right? It's possible. I mean, ruin your insides and all that. So those will put feces on the metal and let it sit and marinate inside that metal forever to mix in with the rust. So just imagine once you get hit with it, that's going inside your bloodstream. You feel me? Dudes do some extremely wicked tactical things. You feel me? When it comes to, you know, this war shit, this warrior shit of being incarcerated and you know, trying to out strategize, you know, your opposition on all levels. You feel me? It's crazy. It's a crazy existence. That's why I say none of it is normal, and that's why I try to give y'all, you know, these up close and personal stories. You feel me? JCAT Correctional Facilities say I come with respect. That's right, JCAT Correctional Facilities. Salute. Salute. I'm just here to get educated by the OG. That's right, JCAT Correctional Facilities. Luke Skywalker said, on the streets, they be begging to bother you though. Pam say, so if they don't mess with blacks in prison, how could they mess with us on the outside? Well, that's a good question, Pam. Well, the thing about the prison stuff, right? The prison politics is this. A lot of those rules are in place, really, in all honesty, to prevent shit from happening. Right? You gotta think about this. Think about this, man. You go into debt. You got some crazy people that are not the best communicators in prison. That's just what it is. Everybody are not communicators. Everybody are not thinkers. Everybody are not in prison for being the best thinkers. Right? So just imagine you got these type of people from all walks of life thrust in this concrete desert of warriorism, right? Because that's what it ended up coming down to. And I that's where the people get confused at when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to the politics, when it comes to the blacks in prison, right? How you know they can be out on the streets gang banging one way, and then when you hit the level 4 general population mainline yard, you ain't gang banging on no ops. Y'all not gang banging on each other. You feel me? There's no beast, there's no tension, there's no, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody walking around tensed up. Ain't nobody calling people off of fades or none of that. That's not happening. And people wonder, like, how can y'all make that happen there but it don't happen on the streets? Right? Well, it's not enough people that's willing to live under structure. There's not enough people that's willing to live under certain structures. People want to look at their freedom in society as their freedom, right? To be able to do what they want to do. However, where you lose control, in my humble opinion, on that is, right, with no rules and regulations to stand on and live by, how can anything stay foundated? Nothing can stay foundated if there's no rules and regulations to you know, build, the solidness around it. It's gonna crumble every time. Pam said it's all about Nolan Wells. What happened to justice for Carmelo Anthony? Sam Q, West LA. What up, Brody? Top of it, top of it. Salute, salute. Send all my love and respect to you. Glad you was able to make the live. He said, top of the evening to the round table. I send mine, Brother Creed, for sure, Brody. Send mine to you as well, Sam. West LA, man. Much love, much love. Pam said, and why is the parents doing so many conferences? I couldn't talk if my kid passed. Hey Pam, when it comes to the Nolan Wells case, right? I've questioned a lot of the things that I've seen, right? Just like you pointing out, as far as the parents doing the conferences and all this shit, right? I've questioned that as well. Now, different people do grieve differently. You know, I can't put myself in place of where Nolan Wells' parents is mentally, because, like I said, people do grieve differently. So, but for my own, from my own perspective on how I would be all messed up in the head, in front of a camera is the last place I would be. I'm gonna tell you that now. As a parent that lost his kid, the last place you're gonna see me is in front of a camera. I want the least coverage of me as possible. Straight up, nah, I don't want no cameras on me. Cameras are recording how you actually feeling, and how you're carrying yourself in that moment. You feel me? Some eyes don't lie. So nah, I wouldn't want to in front of a camera doing conferences and bring justice for this and bring it. There's no justice in my eyes that I can ever be as a parent. Me personally, this is just me speaking. That I can be cool with, that I would ever be cool with, that I would settle for, and I'm not gonna be the parent sitting in court watching the person that's accused of taking my kid's life, right? I get to see you every day, but not my kid. I get to come in court and actually see you fight for your freedom for taking my kid's life every day. And you get to walk in and out the courtroom every day, living and breathing. You go back to a cell and you eat and you live another day. In the meantime, my kid is in the ground rotting. And I get to watch you every day walk in and out the court, and then they telling me what the punishment for you taking my kid is, and I have to be cool with that. And you get to live the rest of your life in prison. Still write your family letters, they go visit you, you know, you still have all interactions with your family, and I'm out of a son or a daughter. Nah, no. I'm sorry. I'm different. King Grover said, same thing I was saying, Pam. I wouldn't even want to talk if I was Nolan's parents. Exactly, King Grover. Pim said, King, it's strange press conference more than one. I would have lost my mind. Man, for real. J Dub, what's up, Brody? Brody, send my love and respect to you, Brody. As always, he said, what's up, big homie? I send mine full blast right back at you, J Dub. You already know, man. Me and the Round Table family send our love to you. Full blast. Trump is America. Sorry to hear that I thought you were a free guy. Well, Trump is America. No, I'm not, sir. Pam said, correction, your politics, but I'm on mute. Trump is America said, you need to speak to these guys out here. Trump is America, salute, man. Glad you was able to make the live, man. You feel me? I see your comments as well. You said I need to speak to the guys out there. Who would you be referring to? The truth is, he said, is there any way to get that type of structure on the streets? I believe that you can get this type of structure on the streets, right? You definitely can. But that would require, right? Uh a couple people to humble themselves. You feel me? It would require for people to humble themselves. Certain people to feel like they're not bigger than the program, and G calls have to be made and respected. It can't nothing be overruled by nothing or nobody. Should nobody the ulterior motive should be for the betterment of whatever community on what's being presented. You feel me? Point blank period. And everything should be, you know, agreed upon the same level as far as if people is in support of whatever is being pushed or whatnot. Move from there. Joe Farrow said, mods think my question is just one. We're disrespectful. Salute to the chat. Just here to learn about my free and captured blacks. Stay strong. Salute, Joe Farrow. Salute. Matt Parker said, no, too much jealousy in the streets. Pam said, I'm going to ride the cloud because racism runs my blood pressure sky high, captures blacks. The life and the times of the uncarved. Salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. He said it needs to be mandatory physical fitness programs on the streets. Physical fitness programs as well as different educational programs. You feel me? We have to push education. We have to push that it's beautiful to want to be educated. It's great to be educated. It should never be looked down upon to want to read a book and learn. You know what I'm saying? Should nobody be making fun of nobody for wanting to read shit and wanting to learn? You know what I'm saying? What's not cool is being dumb as a motherfucker. What's not cool, right, is barely knowing how to read and write and shit. The people that is making it seem like it's cool to not want to barely learn how to read and write, them the dumb motherfuckers y'all should be really looking at and making them feel like fools. You feel me? Education would definitely help a lot of our youth make better decisions as far as, you know, being able to decipher, you know what, hey, I don't need to be in no motherfucking gang to be relevant and be great. I don't need none of that shit. Just because my brother isn't part of that shit, I don't need to be part of it. What's good for him might not be good for me. I don't need to be part of that. I can stay playing basketball or football or running track or trying to get a law degree, or you know what I'm saying, wherever, whatever you great in. You feel me? And don't let nobody make you feel stupid for wanting to pursue what you great in. Because they not great in it, they gonna make you feel less than because you're actually good in something, you're great in something. They gonna make you feel less than. Look what the fuck is they doing with their life? This is what you got to start questioning, y'all. Any of y'all that's great in anything that other motherfuckers is trying to put down, right? Oh man, you doing this shit? Oh man, you doing that shit? Yeah, I'm doing that shit. What you doing though? What the fuck do you got going on that you are contributing of worth to anybody outside of your own selfish ass? What? You feel me? That's how you got to start questioning a lot of these motherfuckers, right? That's trying to make you feel less than because you actually aspire to be better and do better things and be involved with greater shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real. That is just real. Squabble God said, how do out of town members handle LA politics on a level 4 yard? Do they find it hard to adjust? Um, that's a great question, Squabble God. Salute to you. Glad you was able to make the live. The guys from out of town, typically, if they've made it to a level 4, they've been on other yards, lower levels, or like I said, you got the 270 level 4s, and then you got the 180 level 4s, right? They've been through these different stages, so they've been around a lot of these dudes, so they pretty much know what the politics is, and they typically um don't mix in with politics when it comes to the gang shit, but just the overall as a black man, it's just certain things that we all understand and don't go against or violate. You know what I'm saying? Whether you a gang member or not, you know what I mean? So as long as you know what not to violate as a black man, you good. You don't all the gang shit. The dudes that's from out of town, they don't typically get caught up in the Crip and blood and shit. You know what I'm saying? King Grover said, I don't trust Nolan's parents. They clout chasing all these conferences and they got a GoFundMe. I heard it was damn near in it already. Oh wow. Hey, yeah, like I said, I've been seeing different things about the parents, right? What they've been doing as far as these different conferences that they are attending, right? I couldn't do it, man. You feel me? Like they that takes a different kind of, I don't know. I don't want to call it strength, right? Because it can be looked at as it's being looked at, obviously from my roundtable family, right? As a clout chase, right? So I don't want to call it strength. It just takes you got to be a different kind of person. Hold on, y'all. I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here. I'm still here. Hold up. All right. But yeah, man. The parents, hey, I don't know, man. It's like that's different. I couldn't do it, me personally. Baby Spike, what up, Brody? He said, "What's up, my bro? This Baby Spike, I've been preaching G Armado since I left. They laughed at me, bro. I pray they free you. One love, one nation, bro. Baby Spike, that's my bro, man. Shout out to my bro, Baby Spike. A Trey Gangsters finest. You feel me? Now free out. You know, man, hey, Spike, man, hey, it's great hearing from you, Brody. You feel me? I was just talking about you the other day, but like I've told people, right? You have guys that has been through this, right? That has I'm talking about at the highest level, like Baby Spike, right? I've seen this guy at the highest level of game banging in here, right? In danger zone, leading the brigade, leading the brigade, leading the brigade warriors that has went through that journey, made it through this shit, and is now free and living productively. Thankfully, that's a blessing. It's a blessing to see, bro. Jump in the chat and put that. It's always a blessing when I am able to come back to the crossroads of one of my brethren that I was on the line with, that I learned from, that I was around, that I actually, took something from because I admired his get down. You feel me? That I took something from and like, yeah, bro, it's a legit one. Bam, I like this part right here. I'm gonna snatch that. You feel me? That was bro. And I've been blessed, in unfortunate situations of being in prison, but to have these type of guys around me to help, shit, uh, uh, uplift my spirits. You feel me? And especially in that environment. You feel me? Straight up. But much love, Baby Spike, bro. I send my love and respect to you as always, Brody. Glad you was able to make the round table. Matt Parker said people get in front of them camps chasing that greed. Look who's involved, political figures. King Groove said damn near $1 million in their GoFundMe. Oh wow. They collecting all that money? The Nolan Wells mother and father, they collecting all that? Matt Parker said chasing that bag. Joe Furrow said, from what I heard, Nolan Wells' parents were black and Asian. Are the Asians active in the situation like blacks are? No, I haven't seen not one Asian person jump out there in defense of Nolan Wells. Right? And I don't think that we will see any of the Asian people jump. Hey, it's crazy because you see, you point that out, right? But you also got to point this out, though, right? As crazy as it may sound, right, under these conditions and circumstances, however, you got to point this out. It's the elephant in the room, right? Nolan Wells was around all white kids. There was no other blacks. So what do that tell you about Nolan Wells? I'm just, that's the elephant in the room. God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we are on the topic, right? He was like I hate to say it, man, but from what I see, right? God rest his soul. Not to say nothing bad about the dead, but O.J. Simpson. You feel me? I seen in all the pictures and videos that they have of Nolan Wells out there on that trip, right? And in his personal life, I don't see him in no pictures with no other black people outside of his mother and father. And the mother looked like she's mixed with she's probably the one that's mixed with Asian. That's just keeping it real. King Groover said, I think Nolan mom's is maybe half Asian. She looked black to me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think she the one that's mixed. Cause she do look like she's mixed. Where she look like she could be mixed with Asian. That's for sure. The father looked straight black. Hope they prepared, said Bliss up, big homie, and the chat, winner circle. Salute, salute, Bliss. Hope they prepared. Glad you made the live, Brody. He said, like you were saying on your other show, we have to get on code as a collective. That's real. Hope they prepared. That is real, bro. He said, coast to coast, state to state, get on one accord so we moving accordingly. That is that is in a perfect world a dream. That would be a dream come true if we can actually make that happen. If we can actually make that happen and pull it off, that would be, in a perfect world, a dream come true. King Groover said, facts, creep. We got to push education. Education is the key, man. Without education, we got a whole bunch of fools just running around willy-nilly, pushing a whole bunch of nonsense. And we have to start thinking, being able to think our way outside the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Double O the God said, by the way, the White House confirmed coronavirus was man-made Chinese virus. Oh yeah, I already know that, which is why you had them coming out, especially the president at that time, talking about telling people to drink bleach. The life and times of the Uncov said, I'm going to school for architecture. Oh, okay. For architecture, for sure, for sure. Joe Furrow said, the life and times, great major. We need more people from culture buildings. We absolutely do. We absolutely do. And think about it. Think about it. Bro is taking up architecture. That ain't something that you hear about somebody taking up every day as a profession. And you do something like that out of having love and passion for it. Right? So just imagine being able to put your energy into something that you actually love, right? That you got passion for. And you got a nobody ass motherfucker that's telling y'all that's stupid, man. Don't go after that architecture shit. You know what I'm saying? Come do that stupid, man. You ain't nothing going. Hey, that's a dumb. You got a dumb motherfucker that's actually saying something like that or thinking that, and he has nothing going on for himself. This is a dumb nigga that's hating on you because you got greater things aspired for yourself. A lot of these people they can't think past their nose. They don't aspire for shit. Take it from somebody that once was like that. And I'm not saying I was to the point where a lot of these hating ass dudes be, where they would be actually saying some negative shit about, you know what I'm saying, you actually pursuing architecture, something that I find to be wonderful and amazing and great, because we all wanted to build something when we was young. We all thought we was builders of something when we was young, right? Whether it was a clubhouse or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. We proud of you over here, Brody. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, we proud of you. Sam Q, West LA, he said too many tribes for structure in the streets. We need agreements, treaties in place, in-house accountability for those who transgress against them for starters. Oh my God, that is poetic. Sam Q, West LA, my brethren, that is that is what Nipsey say, prolific. That is prolific. Right? That is absolutely the truth. Bro said, too many tribes for structure in the streets. We need structure. He said, we need agreements, treaties in place, and in house accountability for those who transgress against them. For starters, meaning each tribe got to be, you got to start cleaning up your back. You got to be willing first to clean up your backyard. First and foremost, you got to be willing to do that. Should nothing be imposed up on you or pointed out to you when it comes to that. You just got to be willing to clean that shit up first and foremost. Get that right before you go out and you actually try to, you know, make connections with others. Get your backyard right first. You feel me? Other than that, it's not gonna work. You feel me? All, you know, formats of the structure has to be strong, and you can only be strong with the elimination of the weak. All the weak, no matter who it is. They got accusations on their names or whatever. Any bad reports on their report cards, on their resumes. You feel me? Can't be no exceptions, like that type of shit. Pam said, and Crump leading the charge, of course, for a check. Pam said, we thought he was one of them and his parents didn't have that talk with him. Pam said, Asian Chinese, I believe. She's Asian and Chinese? Or you mean black, Asian, and Chinese? Black and Chinese, or black and Asian? Joe Furrow said they said his parents didn't teach him about racism, see it, or press the issue, but her was living in SIP. Okay, they didn't teach him about racism, right? That's fine. You can raise your kids however you want to, right? But the world is in the outcry right now behind this kid, this young man. Right? The world is watching this. The world is in an uproar behind Nolan Wells. And a lot have been compared to Emmett Till's. You had this case on all outlets. Everybody is talking about it. There's a lot of focus there. There's a lot of blame being shifted around everywhere, right? A lot of suspects. Right? And even the lawyers in question, by the way, of what his motives are. But what's going to be the end result? Because all I know is this. Carmelo Anthony is in prison for defending himself. He had an altercation with some young white kids. The altercation turned physical. He defended himself. Bam. He's in prison with a life sentence or however much time they gave him. He's in prison. Bam. Then on the flip side, you got Nolan Wells, who was with supposed friends This was supposed to Nolan Wells' inner circle, his friends, the people, his everydays, right? The people he was supposed to be able to let his guard down around. The same people that his mother and father didn't teach him about being, you might want to be aware of everybody. You feel me? Being a young man of color and mixture of two different races that really isn't respected by nobody. Right? But anyway, they don't teach him nothing. But he's around these guys. He let his guard down. Next thing you know, he's no longer alive. You feel me? No longer alive. Joe Farrell say not a lot of black men building buildings or own them. Keep your dreams alive, youngsters. Hope they prepared, said great times, great grandparents, trust, estates, records, land records, and get these records to such buildings and land. King Grover said, yeah, Crump, a joke. Nigga can barely read. Hey, King Grover, look. I seen him do a couple of interviews, right? I ain't gonna lie. I thought I thought the same thing, right? I thought he couldn't read neither, right? Then I'm like, nah, that might be because he has that southern drawl. You know what I'm saying? Like that might be because of like how he talk or something, right? But I swear to God, I thought the same thing. Like this nigga can't even like he can't. He get on here, he do these press conferences and shit, and you sitting there and you listening and you want to hear the newest developments on what's going on, but it's like, goddamn, this nigga sounds stupid as a motherfucker. Like, get to it. You know what I'm? Spit it out, nigga, and spit it out correctly to where we all can understand what the fuck it is. Yeah. So King Groover, hey, trust and believe, bro. You feel me? I'll be like, damn. King Groover say, yeah, creep is the southern. Hey, see what I'm saying? See, hey, I knew I wasn't wrong. I knew I wasn't. Hey, I swear to God, I'm sitting there listening to this dude talk, right? I'm like, man, nigga, this nigga sounds stupid. Either he stupid as a motherfucker, or it got to be like the Southern draw thing. It has to be. Damu Robin, salute. Glad you made the live, Brody. Send my love and respect to you as always, always. Salute, 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 Damu. Hey, yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, man, that's nasty work, man. Crump. That's nasty work. You feel me? He got to talking about did you see the shit with the recording where he was where the authenticity of the recording of the people of the 911 call that they the distress call that they had made where you supposed to hear them in the back talking, oh, Nolan's dead and this and that and blah blah blah, right? Did you hear Crump talking about that? Oh, King Grover said, my father from Mississippi, Greenville, I think. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of family from down there, bro. A lot of us got a lot of family from Mississippi, man, that migrated from Mississippi, that came all over California. It seemed like they all came around the same time. That's no BS. Matt Parker says sound like that shit was tapered with. Oh, you talking about, hey Matt Parker, you talking about the recording? You talking about the recording where they are making the distress phone call? And you hear them talking in the back about Nolan? You talking about that part? Oh, okay, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. It could be tampered with. It couldn't be. You feel me? I don't know, right? But all I know is this. All I know is this, Matt Parker. Every single thing that they've been popping up with, that they've been discovering, for instance, that the photograph of Nolan Wells standing in that pool with the young white man standing behind him with his arm around his neck, right? I personally feel like that was his last image of being alive, and for something might have broke out right before they took that picture, and that's where he got choked out and lost his life at in that pool. Next thing you know, they got another black guy that come out of nowhere. Oh, that was me. That wasn't Nolan. Wait, hold up. How the hell was that you? And in every photograph and in every video, Nolan is the only black guy amongst several different Caucasian male and females. Not another black soul in sight. Right? That pop up. Oh, that wasn't Nolan in the pool. Okay, so bam. Now the recording pop up. And you have people that, like yourself, Matt Parker, right? That says that the tape sounds sketchy, that has been tampered with. Right? The only tampering from what I've seen done to that recording, right, is that it was made clear. It was made clear. It took all the distortion out of it, so it had no distortion. No. They said they didn't use AI because AI would have actually added distortion to it. So they didn't use no AI. They just took the distortion out to where you was able to hear the voices, all the voices, each voice that participated in that recording. They highlighted out and pinpointed out. You know what I'm saying? Clearly and concisely. You feel me? Joe Farrow said, does Creep have a cash app? Trying to bless, dog. Joe Farrow, I absolutely do. Miss Golden, can you put the cash app in the chat, please? Beautiful lady, for Joe Farrow. I would appreciate you. Thank you. King Grover said Crump announced today that he got some experts looking into the audio. Yeah, yeah. I seen that. I seen that whole the whole thing of him talking about the audio. Matt Parker said they was already setting it up. Matt Parker say fake smiles say a lot. Yeah. Pam said the story keeps changing. Hey, yeah. Hey, look, man. Listen. It was being set up when that distress call was being made. And when they realized, wait, you dummy. You making the distress call right now. Hang that motherfucker up. Right? The other people that's around, right? Hang it up. Because they screaming out all kind of shit in the background and you hear it. Right? Oh, Nolan, is he dead? Nolan. Right? This is when they start strategizing. Your boat is supposed to be broken, then they don't even say if nobody went out there and fixed the boat. The boat just mysteriously started back working while they're making the distress call. and they make it up out of there. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. But they going all out to save these people. You feel me? They going all out. Y'all got to put this on the same level as uh remember the young white lady. I mean the young lady that went out to Aruba and lost her life after her graduation. She lost her life. There was a young man there that was with her, and I guess he was the last person that was with her. Bam. He ended up getting accused of unaliving the young lady, right? Bam. The young man that was accused of unaliving this young lady, his father was like a judge out there, had a lot of power, political power. So they was able to cover up a lot of shit. This on the same level as Nolan Wells as far as the family having political power where they able to cover up everything. You know what I'm saying? Pam said Natalie Holloway. Absolutely. Natalie Holloway. That's her name, Pam. Salute. Salute for coming up with that name. Yeah, Natalie Holloway. No reparations, no vote. He actually announced it first. Natalie Holloway. That's her name, Brody. For sure, for sure. Salute. No reparations, no vote. Matt Parker said they took a lot of time to cover up. That's where they messed up. But yeah, Natalie Holloway, man. This is on the same level as that as far as the family having political power. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 Going all out to cover up. Even having one of the so-called other black friends who was never in no photos, no videos, no nothing, just come out of nowhere. He he looked like Nolan. Right? They get him. Oh, that was me in the pool. That wasn't Nolan. At a time when they said that he was already dead. He's supposed to be dead. How y'all partying and all this and that at this time afterwards? Miss Golden said, and he murdered another girl and finally got caught. Oh, you talking about Miss Golden is talking about the guy that unalived Natalie Holloway. Yeah, Miss Golden, you absolutely right. He a cold man. That dude right there was cold. He go out to a whole different country, meet this young girl, take her back to his room, unalive the young girl, stuffed her body, I think, in like a suitcase or something, right? They got video of them leaving together. No reparations, no vote say he's out. Vandersloot, that's his name. Vandersloot. That's his name. No reparations, no vote. Good call, Brody. Good call. Matt Parker say, don't you supposed to be a certain age to operate a boat? Um, I'm not sure how old you supposed to be to operate a boat, right? All them kids that was on that boat was what, 18 years old? Probably 18 to 21 years old. But no reparations, no vote said he's out. Vandersloot is out. This dude then killed allegedly, unalived. Well, I'm not gonna say allegedly because he take a deal for the Natalie Holloway thing, and this other girl he got found guilty of, right? And he's out right now. That's nasty work, man. King Grover said probably not in Mississippi. That shit is like its own country. Uh. Matt Parker said, I'm from North Carolina. It's 21 here. Oh, okay. So in North Carolina, you can be 21 years old and operate a boat. Okay. I think Nolan Wells and them was like 18, like 18, 19, 20 years old, like, in that age bracket. Pam said, no, I don't think he out. Let me Google it. King Grover said, I'm about to Google it. LOL. Yeah, man, y'all Google it. Because if he out, I didn't know about it. I didn't hear about it, right? But if he is out of prison already after unaliving that second girl, that's crazy work. That just goes to show you, man, like money is really power. You feel me? Matt Parker say, ends everyone's got to have life vest on. Oh, and everyone's got to have life vest on. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. When operating them boats, yeah. No reparations said he got out and went back. He got out and went back. That's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work. Here it is, this dude on video in the other country. He meet this girl at like this bar, right? This the second time, right? He meet this girl at the bar. He take her back to his room, unalive her, stuff her body in the suitcase, right? And leave, right? So, and it's on camera that he leave the room without her. She never left the room. You see her entering the room with him, and then they going off camera. He unalive her, stuff her body in the suitcase, right, and then do something with the suitcase and leave the room and leave the country. You feel me? King Grover said Mississippi say 18. Oh, 18 and able to operate, age 12 and older. There is no minimum age restriction, but anyone born after June 30th, 1980 must successfully complete a state-approved boating safety course and carry their boating education. Oh, shit. Damn, so we go all the way down to 12? Joe Farrell said that was chatbot. Oh. Damn, if they can go down to 12 years old and operate a boat, that's I never knew that. You feel me? Oh, okay, okay. Matt Parker said, but it's got to be an adult on board. Oh, okay. Hey, so if you got these 18, 19, 20-year olds, right, that's operating this boat, yes, got 20 sentence. Ms. Golden said yes, is in got a 28-year sentence. You talking about the guy that unalived Natalie Holloway, Ms. Golden? Pam said he's still in jail. Oh, so he never got out for that. Make sure y'all hit the like, man. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, please. I would greatly appreciate that. It helps us get further into the algorithm, man. King Groover said, hey, Creep, you see they superseded Big U Fed case. He got new AWOL, new indicted, I think, Groove fuck. Oh, man, hey. I seen something on YouTube, right? Um, speaking about that, man, all I know is this, man, right? Hey, man, it's best that you know. Sometimes you just got to utilize your right to remain silent and stay out the way. You feel me? You got to just shut down. Like my homeboy told me when I first came in on this case. Don't talk to nobody about your case. Don't talk to nobody. You don't never know who's working. And then on top of that, by you being in jail, your phone calls and all that shit is gonna be monitored. Everything is monitored, bro, and they are utilizing that shit against you. When you go to court, you sitting in the court tanks, that's being monitored and recorded. You feel me? They gonna try to place people around you to get certain information out you about your case. You feel me? Or you still got people on the streets that fear you for whatever reason. You feel me? So they definitely gonna be working against you to try to get whatever they can up out of you to use against you to make sure you get buried and you never see the streets again. So sometimes you just got to shut down and say nothing, man. You feel me? For your best interest, But um, I'm just saying that just in general. I'm not speaking on nobody's situation or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But just to give advice if you are up against it and you are fighting for your freedom, you know, um, man, just shut down, man, and say nothing. Because one thing that these people do stand by is this. When they standing in front of you and they got that little paper in their hand, right? And they looking at it and they say, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Right? They live by that. Point blank, period. We are not smarter than these people. We are not smarter than the system that has been designed 5 steps ahead of us. We ain't went to school for none of this shit. These people have. You feel me? That's what you got to keep in mind. So with all that against you, why would you give even further firing power against you by saying anything to anybody? Shut down, say nothing, man. Period. For real. Matt Parker say, and depending on your case, they watch you when you get out. Blue Shantani, salute, man. Glad you was able to make the live, my brethren. He says salute to you all, the round table this evening, man. Salute as always, Blue Shantani. Much love, much respect, Brody. Hope They Prepare said, we ain't had privacy since Operation Paperclip. Don't quote me. That's for real. Sam Q West LA said, can and will be used against you. Hey, they mean that. They mean that. So say nothing. Say nothing. You're not smarter than these people, man. None of us are. None of us went to school for this shit. Right? None of us went to school for this shit. Just because you done got arrested a few times don't make you a fucking expert in the law. That just makes you a failure over and over again because your dumb ass thought you can beat him the first time he failed. You thought you could beat him the second time you failed. The third time failed, and so on and so on. You made a career of being a fucking failure. Not a legal expert, a law expert. Ain't none of us took the time out to read no fucking books to better our way of thinking. So if faced with these type of situations, our dumbasses will give ourselves some type of hope. But nah. A few jail trips to jail don't make us experts, bro. Few trips to prison and going to the law library don't make us experts, bro. We got to do better if we want better. Period. No reparations, no vote, said my bad, y'all. He got 28 years for the second girl. Hope they prepared, said legal, not lawful. King Grover said that no jumper show, and 100 the ones that publicly said Big U extorted the rapper Future, and they using that on him more. hey, hey, King Grover, I'm not surprised at all, bro. You feel me? I am not surprised by anything that's being utilized from that show, right? To help the police get a conviction on anybody. You feel me? Straight up. Not surprised, bro. King Grover said, that nigga ain't a problem. I don't know him personally, but I would do something to that nigga. He out of control with snitching. Hey, King Grover, man. Miss Golden said, loose lips, sink ships. Hey, Miss Golden, hey, that's the perfect follow up to what my bro King Grover was just saying, right? Right. That's the perfect follow up, right? Because we see what the problem is, King Grover and Miss Golden, right? We see what these problems are. But yet and still, people join forces with these problems. People allow these problems to become bigger issues than they should be. And I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And being that I don't get something to that extreme, right? I don't touch it because it's a lot of questionable things over there. Like you, like you feel me? It's situations like that, man. So yeah, man. But we know where the police is focused really at, right? We know what they on, right? And we know that where they're focused at is where a whole bunch of people end up going to jail. You feel me? And that's PC Jumper. That's definitely PC Jumper, without a doubt. You feel me? And if you're not going to jail over there, you're definitely jumping off a PC yard going there. That's just the fact. And no, in no way, shape, form, or fashion is this a form of bullying, harassing, targeting, or any of that, right? These videos is strictly for educational purposes, right? And we are just here to educate the people about a business entity, right, that is known for employing a lot of SNY 50/50 guys. A lot of police activity has been known to pop off at this establishment. Of course, definitely the head guy is like got to be lieutenant by now. It's just nasty work. You feel me? So we just here to educate our people about this establishment. You feel me? Point blank period. And hopefully wake up a couple of heads that needs to be woken about these type of establishments, and stop being so willing to empower that establishment by giving them a piece of the culture that they don't deserve to have. Because all they doing is destroying it. You feel me? They are doing the police work to the highest degree. You feel me? And hey, to each his own. If that's where you choose to be at. Hope they prepared said our ancestors wrote the law. The legal system is de facto quasi, unfortunately. Mass taxation without the right representation, mass incarceration, all genocide. Hope they prepared said. Blue Shantani said, at that point, the best thing you can do is say out loud, I want my attorney. Straight up. That should be the first thing that come out your mouth. When the detectives call themselves pushing up on you about anything, I want my attorney. And all of questioning and talking and all that shit, that's over with. They're going to say, okay, bam, and they're going to leave. And they're going to go get your attorney. That's all you have to say is, I want my attorney. And there is no more talking. You feel me? Matt Parker say, lawyer time, absolutely lawyer time. Pam said, in my opinion, Adam is another Vlad, respectfully. He absolutely is. Damu Robbins said, the whole time I was in prison, I seen individuals incriminate and flat out tell on themselves, thinking they were outsmarting people. Man, hey, I'm telling you, bro. Um, you have some people, right, that think that they are more educated than what they are. That think that they because they've read a few books, or they've had a couple of trips to the hole, or they've been to prison a couple of times and this and that, right? That gives them the qualifications of being the best version of a jailhouse lawyer, right? But bro, you have to really think about this. Think about this, right? Anybody that's advising you legally, legal advice, and they are in prison with you, you have to question, like, wait a minute. You giving me all this advice, all this legal advice, and you're still in here with me. Why haven't any of that advice got you out? Why are you still here advising me? What the F? That's what y'all have to start questioning, bro. Straight up. Pam said, not a lieutenant, absolute lieutenant, Pam. Matt Parker said, hard to beat the system, just got to play along. Man, you got to smarten up, educate. You feel me? Educate. It's not hard to educate. Education is the key to understanding life, to have an understanding period. You feel me? It's the gateway to the next level, to the next stages in life. Blue Shantani said, yell that shit out loud. I want my attorney right now before they even get a chance to say anything to you. Absolutely. Pam said Young Thug was a chatty patty and the streets still love him. So is the streets a myth? Nah, the streets don't love him. His fans, the rap fans, love him. Pam, you feel me? We can't mistake rap fans for the streets. You feel me? Rap fans are completely different from people that's actually in the streets, that's in the gutter. You feel me? You know, people get influenced by success, right? They do. They get influenced by success to the point where they are willing to give some people extended passes when they know that they are in the wrong. You feel me? We see this shit all the time. People getting a pass because they think that a certain person might get them to the next level or in the door of success. So if they think that this person might be on to something, they're gonna try to latch their wagon on to this person because they think he can get them to the next level. Even if that means he's a sucker, he's a buster, he got all these bad things on his name, yet still they gonna still get his full pass. We see this shit all the time. All the time. Matt Parker said facts. King Ross said Harold just snitched on the homies all bad. Dude going crazy on that backyard doing all kind of shit. King Ross, are you talking about damn homies X? If by chance you are, I'm not surprised by it, bro. I'm not surprised by it at all. You feel me? He's a real cop, right? I got proof of it. He is real law enforcement. King Ross said, yeah, I'm talking about him. Yeah, hey, he is real law enforcement, bro. I promise you. Like real live law enforcement. I got proof about that. Straight up. TJ Ben Haven said, is Delano a bad yard? I don't believe that all of Delano prison is bad. You feel me? I got a few homies in that prison right now. All the yards there isn't bad. I'm almost positive they have a bad yard there, like all prisons have. You feel me? But the whole entire prison, Delano, nah. King Ross say for real he is. I definitely believe you. Hey, King Ross, look. Put it this way. I got something on Zesty Blood that I shouldn't even be having. Right? But let alone the person that he sent these things to, why in the F would you ever? But then again, you have to think like, damn, this nigga, he's a police. He's a cop. He's a real live law enforcement police cop. You feel me? And whoever speaks to this guy, deal with him on whatever level, y'all better be careful on how y'all deal with this guy because he records everything. Just put it that way. Everything. When I say he records everything, right? Hey, man. Hey. Nasty work. Nasty guy. Period. TJ Ben Haven said, what about CMC East? I believe CMC, I don't know if it's CMC East. They might have a part there that isn't PC, but I think for the most part, all that prison is PC too. Sim said, nah, they have a bad yard though. Yeah. M. Grizzle said Delano is horrible. I only been to Delano reception. I've never been in the prison, right? And the reception was interesting, to say the least. The last time I went through there, oh my God, man, it was during the time when it was raining. I go in there in the middle of the night. By the time I get in there, it's probably like 12 o'clock at night, going on 1. It's raining, the cells is leaking. You feel me? I'm gonna have to get right back up in the morning because I was just going in there as a layover because we had came from so far, right? So I'm like, oh my God, man! I get up in there, man, and the cell is just leaking, water just coming out the ceiling everywhere. You feel me? I barely got any sleep, man. And was up that next morning, like 5 in the morning. M. Grizzle say Kern Valley State Prison is horrible. Yes, it is. Sam Q West LA say talking about Delano. Yup. Pam said creep. So if I get a person hit me from behind and I sue, I'm mice. If somebody hits you from the behind and you sue, nah, you Pam, for one, you're what we call a civilian, right? You can do whatever you want as a civilian. You feel me? As a gang member, right? It's certain things that's expected of you. It's certain things that, as a gang member, an active gang member, certain things that expected of you not to do. You feel me? While living up under that, but you're a non-affiliate. You feel me? So you don't live under the same rules and guidelines as a, you know what I'm saying, as a gang member. You feel me? We can never hold you under those same standards because you are not a gang member. Ty up next. One said, "What's the meal? What's the best meal they feed you in there?" Um, Welcome to the round table. Ty up next. One salute, man. That's a great question. He said, "What's the best meal they feed you in here?" Well, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you, Brody. I'm not impressed by any of the meals. Right? I barely eat anything that they give to us, right? In my humble opinion, the best thing that they give to us out of anything is probably the boiled chicken. You feel me? But and they give you that probably once every 6 months or so. So outside of that, like everything is garbage. To keep it all the way real with you. Pam said a tax-paying, law-abiding citizen. Pam said creep. Loyalty is wealth. Loyalty is absolute wealth. I would take loyalty over anything. You feel me? We riding all out to the death. You feel me? And you only get that with loyalty. Ty up next one said, dang, so what you put in your spread? I'ma copy it, make a video, and tag you. But I put in the spread, it depends on I don't know, it depends, right? Um, it depends on what type of spread I'm making, in all honesty. Hey, go look at my video that I did, right? I did a live where I made some burritos. I think it was for Father's Day. Go look at that video, Ty up next. Go check that one out, Brody. You feel me? And you can make those burritos that I made that day. Miller 4057. What up, Brody? He said, let's go. Miller is back. Sup, round table family, man. Salute. Miller. Man, glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Salute. We send our love as always. Dalmu Robbins said, Creep, remember them big ass cinnamon rolls and big ass coffee cakes we used to get in the 90s at Salinas Valley? I was on A Yard at 97, so we used to come up. The main kitchen was on that yard. So, hey, Dalmo, look, I remember them big ass cinnamon rolls and the coffee cakes. I remember that, right? And I just did that story about Hillbilly taking off on the police because they wasn't serving cinnamon rolls the day that they were supposed to be serving cinnamon rolls. This crazy motherfucker was Marcelli, right? He took, the cinnamon rolls, like my bro Dalmu Robbins just pointed out to y'all, was fire. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Hey, the cinnamon rolls and the coffee cake was fire. They don't even give us those no more, bro. Right? Dalmu Robbins laughing, right? He say that nigga Hilly, cuz, hey, man, bro. This nigga Tiny Hilly. Look, the cinnamon rolls and the coffee cake was so big and so fire. My boy Tiny Hilly, right, from Underground Crip, take off on the police. He go in the kitchen. It's on the day where we supposed to be having cinnamon rolls, right? It's on the day where we supposed to be having cinnamon rolls. He go in the kitchen. When he get up to the window, they're not passing out cinnamon rolls this day. They give some bullshit that day, right? Bro, grab that tray, bro, and he getting at the police like, where my cinnamon roll at, right? Police like, man, ain't no cinnamon roll. Like, come on, you gotta move. You know what I'm saying? So they have words back and forth, man. Next thing you know, Tiny Hilly just slapped the police all in the face with the tray, with the food, everything, right? Bah! Right? And then just get the beating him all in his face with the tray and in the head and all that, right? All behind them cinnamon rolls, right? So it's crazy that Dalmu just brought that up, bro. Shout out to Wizard. What's up, Brody? Wizard, salute. I send my love and respect to you as always, my brethren. Glad you was able to make the live, man. Sam Q West LA says cinnamon rolls on Sundays. Yeah, you had the cinnamon rolls on Sunday, right? And then you had the no, the cinnamon rolls was on Saturdays. The cinnamon rolls was on Saturdays, and then you had the Sunday morning breakfast where they used to give you the eggs and the hash browns and the sausage and all that, right? Now, back then, them was the best 2 days, Saturdays and Sundays. Because Saturdays, you go in there, you get the big ass cinnamon rolls. I'm talking about big. They'd be so big, it'd be damn near covering up your whole tray. You wouldn't even be able to eat the whole thing in the kitchen because they running people in and out the kitchen fast. You feel me? King Ross say my relative is Buddy Ross from your set off Myrtle. My dad graduated from Monrovia High School in 1967. All my people's from your way. Oh yeah, for sure. I know Buddy, man. Salute to Buddy. For real. Salute to you, King Ross, as well, my brethren. Him say a bunch of yeast. Hey man, I swear them cinnamon rolls used to be so big and fire, like you wouldn't be able to eat the whole thing in the kitchen because they run you in and out of there so fast. But those would be trying to sneak them back to their cell. You feel me? I'm gonna eat half of this thing in the kitchen, and the other half I'm gonna be smacking on in my cell. For real, for real. Damu said, and when you on the line, you can just get at a kitchen worker and get whatever you wanted. That's fucked up. They don't give that out no more. Bet they feed nothing but trash now. Hey man, yeah, hey, you can get anything done through the kitchen workers as far as getting food cooked, or if they had something that they may have cooked up. You know what I'm saying? Some of them will go up in there and make stir fry. Some of them will go up in there and make different hamburgers and burritos and different type of sandwiches and stuff like that, right? That you can buy from them. You feel me? Some of them you would actually be able to buy shit from. You feel me? But yeah, man. As far as how they feed us now, horrible, bro. Horrible. You don't get none of that. That's cinnamon rolls and all that shit. You don't get none of that no more. They give you these cardboard box looking pieces of what I call cornbread with like a little bit of brown sugar or whatever mixed in it, where they call it cake, right? But really it's real thin and it's hard, right? They give you that now with a big old dry piece of celery or a carrot, and what else would they have on the tray with that? Probably some oatmeal or grits. Yeah, it's nothing like how it used to be. Nothing like it. Horrible. Oh, they jumping in the chat with the BS. Yeah, man, do y'all thing to them. Do y'all thing, man. We won't be, bully or harass. Trust me. Pam said the food out here is even dangerous. Fake meat injected the chicken to make bigger. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Hey, that I would be very weary of, right? If I was out there, because I'm conscious of it now. Is the cloned animal meat. You feel me? That I personally feel like they didn't already put into the mixture of society, right? Um, uh, that's you see these chickens and these different animals growing overnight, right? Getting big and buff overnight with all these different injections and shit. Yeah. Y'all definitely have to be wary out there on the different things that you put into your body. Look at what's going on out there right now. You can't even eat lettuce. The lettuce is contaminated. The eggs is contaminated. They said it was just contained in one state. Nah, that shit is contained not no in one spot. It's everywhere and spreading. Salmonella in the eggs. Then they got an outbreak in the lettuce and shit. I don't eat no lettuce, none of that in here. And I used to love lettuce. No reparations, no vote said I've seen some mean spreads from there. Oh yeah, man. You got some dudes that be hooking up some stuff, you know what I'm saying? With the right ingredients, all the food is processed. But with the right ingredients and if cooked right with the right stuff, you can actually make something decent. It won't taste like no processed, just you know basic prison food and shit. Pam said farm feed. King Grover said big ass chickens looking like eagles. I swear to God. I swear to God. Buff as a motherfucker, bro. Buff. Hey, I remember they gave us some chicken in here one time, right? And the chicken, like, come on, man, we're used to, getting when they give us chicken legs a lot of the times, right? The leg was buff as a motherfucker, right? I remember looking at the homie like I ain't never seen no chicken this big before, especially in prison. Then the next time you see the chicken, it's small as I don't know what. You feel me? So that I knew like, yeah, they injecting these meats with stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then when you see the different sizes and comparisons, they go from being just humongously gigantic one second and then small the next, extremely small. Lab work. No reparations, no votes said, man, the lettuce is hot. Can't pay me to eat it, Brody. You feel me? No reparations, no votes said we need to grow our own lettuce, vegetables for show. Man, start getting them gardens plotted. No reparations, no votes said, hey, used to work for churches. Oh, blacks need to invest in more farms, King Groover said. Yeah, man. Me and Miss Golden definitely want to get a farm. You feel me? We talk about that all the time. The stuff all the stuff that you can have on your own farm, grow all your own stuff, be completely independent. You got your chickens, you got your cattles. You feel me? You got your own vegetables and all your everything fresh. Everything is homegrown. You making so much out there to where you start getting independent contracts. It can be done. The white people do it all the time. No reparations, no votes said, and they really out. They really cut the chickens different. Breasts are huge. Yeah, man. Pam said, did you hear about the guy found a condom in his Popeye's chicken? Yeah, man, I heard about that. Yes, I did. Wizard said, oh no, Pam, that's gross. That's absolutely gross, but that is true and nasty. And that's another thing. Y'all have to be careful when y'all going out to eat, man, because think about this. You got you're relying on other people to make y'all food. You go there and you get into it with these motherfuckers, they still got to make y'all food. Right? So yeah, they gonna make a condom or something appear up in your food. I seen another thing where a dude had ordered something with lettuce, and it was a green bug that was the same color as the lettuce that's walking around in his. I'm like, oh hell no. No way. No way, no way, no way, no how. Nasty work. King Grover said, damn, I ain't about that, Pam. That's crazy. I fuck with Popeye's chicken. What the fuck? Hey, that's horrible hearing about a spot where a nigga freak went up. Shit, Popeyes be cracking. When I see stuff like that though, it really messes with my mental. Like I don't be wanting to mess with it no more. But then also like I've seen establishments and shit where you walk up and you see roaches and shit running around and rats and all this shit running around inside the whole establishment. I've seen that. I bullshit you not, I swear. TJ been there said, is Folsom a good yard? Folsom does has a good yard there. If you're talking about old Folsom, they do have a good level 3 yard there. If you're talking about new Folsom, I believe that they have a good level 4 yard there too as well. Damu Robbins said, one of my young homies got his spot in the desert like that, cuz grow everything and starting a little black farming community out there. He do the farmers markets and all that. We do need to start our own. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true, bro. I think being more independent and supporting each other's businesses like wholeheartedly, like just we got to start wanting better for each other, bro. That's the only way we gonna get better as a people. That's the only way we gonna be able to truly coexist with each other without wanting to take each other out. If we encouraging each other to do better, push them to be better. You know what I'm saying? Starting our own businesses and being proud of that shit and having everybody respect it. Why we can't respect other black businesses like we respect the white businesses that's in our sets. We'll go through there, white people own these stores, and we give them all the love and respect in the world. You feel me? Walk right outside that motherfucker and gun down somebody that ain't even from that community, right? But we respect that store. And it's white on. Why we can't have black on and respect it the same in the same fashion? Instead, we go tear shit down. You feel me? So it psychologically we got to start doing better. You feel me? TJ been there, say my dad there. Oh, he in Folsom? No reparations, no votes. Said, man, all that stuff is hella salty these days. Yeah. Odell Horton, salute, man. Send my love and respect to you as always, my brethren. He said, look up the yards, y'all, on CDC or site. All info there. Yup. Facts. He ain't he ain't new level 4. Oh, he had new Folsom level 4. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, the level 4 yards is good there, buddy. Thoughts on San Quentin now? San Quentin, I believe, is all PC, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I believe San Quentin is all PC. My thoughts on that is, it is what it is. My feelings towards that is the same as any PC yard. Odell Harden said, my homie left Quentin to the Bay. TJ been having said Quentin and Bay both level 2s now. Pam said too much black on black crime. Odell Harden said Mexicans and Italians extort their neighborhood businesses too. No reparations, no votes, said real talk, bruh. And the store let you trap for security. Yep. Facts. TJ been having said back in the day, though, was Quentin rough? It absolutely was. San Quentin was absolutely a very dangerous institution, to keep it all the way real. A lot of the places that is now PC, for instance, like Tracy. Tracy is a PC, right? However, Tracy was gladiator school for all gangbangers. If you considered yourself to be a real gang member and you went through Tracy State Prison, that was gladiator school, point blank period, right? Now, in this day and era, it's a PC yard, all PC. But you have institutions that is like that once had these nefarious reputations for being extremely violent, just like Old Folsom. Old Folsom was another very, very dangerous place. Extremely dangerous. As well as Tehachapi State Prison, another all PC prison now. Tehachapi was extremely dangerous. Extremely. So a lot of these older institutions, that had the reputations, that is now occupied by all PCs, other institutions have come along and basically, have taken as far as the dangers, of an institution, You know, some have definitely taken it to the next level. TJ been having said, didn't Tracy close? I believe Tracy is used for uh uh if it's still open, I believe it's used for um like when you first coming in reception. Odell Hard to say, what up, round table fam? No reparations, no votes said. Do you think they turned into PCs because of the media pressure? Um, do you think they turned into PCs because of the media pressure? Who are you referring to? No reparations. TJ been having said you seen that Northern hit video that went viral at Salinas? Yeah, I seen it, Brody. I seen it, man. You talking about the one where the two guys was stabbing the one guy and yeah, they did him horrible. That was a horrible way to lead the earth. But you see that type of thing all the time in here. Some people who die from it and some don't. I've seen a lot that type of attack right there. Oh yeah, I've seen that a lot, a lot. Odell Harden say any good 270 yards. Oh yeah, it's a lot of good 270 yards. All the 270 yards in prison are good. 270s and 180s, level fours, all level fours are good, buddy. TJ been having said that video was the reason I'm not built for prison. Hey man, hey TJ been having, hey bro. When I think about the gruesomeness of prison, because I'm living in it, that type of video that right there, I see that all the time. Some people die from that, some don't. But I that sort of treatment I see all the time. Right? All the time, bro. It's not normal. It's not normal to see. It's not normal to be a participant in something like that. However, that's a normal way of life in here. Unfortunately. You feel me? And y'all have to use videos like that to understand the gruesomeness of an attack like that. What it will take. What type of person do you have to become to do an attack like that? What type of person do you have to be to get done like that? When I point out to y'all the rules, regulations, and guidelines of prison, keep that video in mind. If you violate, the severity of the punishments depend on, the violation. You feel me? So just imagine having to trade your freedom and come live up under a structure like that to where you can get done like how bro got, unfortunately, God rest his soul, because that person in that video did unfortunately lose their life. You feel me? But man, man, oh man. Odell Horton say, how many suicides can you count that you've known of in the last 31? Oh man. It's been quite a few. There's been quite a few, man. There's been quite a few, bro. You feel me? TJ been having says, so it's regular. That's crazy, bro. I pray you get out for real. Yeah, man, it's regular, bro. You see people get stabbed up all the time in prison. To the point where where some you'll be like, whoa, damn, he got done bad. And then some it's like, okay, that's another stabbing. Like, but when you actually see somebody lose their life from it, to be alive 1 second and then gone the next from getting stabbed up like that, that's a whole different ball game, right? I've seen it up close. I've seen it up close. You feel me? It's not normal. Hell yeah, I'm gonna need therapy after all these years in prison and seeing that type of shit. Hell yeah, who wouldn't need therapy? Who wouldn't need to, you know what I'm saying? Talk to somebody that understand this shit. You feel me? And I look at it now because I'm living in it in real time as is normal, but it's not normal. But to me, it's normal because I'm living in it in real time right now. Right? So every time I see somebody just got stabbed the other day, right? And and it was just like, okay, you feel me? You never take into consideration like, damn, somebody could have lost their life. Somebody was getting stabbed. Somebody was trying to take somebody's life. Like damn, that person had to leave the yard in either a helicopter or ambulance, one of the two. And this happens all the time. You feel me? That's why I wanted to point out the different things that can get you stabbed in prison. You feel me? To utilize these situations as motivation to keep you from trading your freedom to come with you. You can't run. You can run. You can run to a PC yard, but they got their own issues going on over there. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no running from nothing. In prison, you in prison. Once you in there, you in there. Prison is prison, bro. Once you in there, you in there. You feel me? Straight up. Odell Harden say, I'm really mad they grabbed Creep before he got to watch Friday in theaters. I know, man. I know it's a whole different feel watching it on that big screen. Pam said, free Creep until it's back with salute, sis. Thank you, thank you. Pam said, spooky. Odell Harden said, over 11,000 days confiscated. 11,000 too many, man. For real. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to bring to the round table for today. I'm finna go on ahead and skip on up out of here. You feel me? I appreciate all my round table family for showing up, man. And if anything, hopefully this video, this live, inspires somebody to do better, to think better, to want to be better in life. We are never here to come and discourage anybody from, you know, following and chasing their dreams, going hard for it. You feel me? Whatever it is that you believe in and feel strongly and passionate, you know, about, go after it. You feel me? You don't have to choose the streets. You feel me? To to be relevant. You don't have to choose crime to be relevant. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to choose violence to be relevant. You feel me? You just got to be a consistent man or woman in real life. Show up for work like you show up for the gangbang and shit. All them hours and man hours you put into the gangbang and shit, take that energy and apply it to your work and into your everyday life of being a father, a better son. Apply to that life. You feel me? It's time for us to start shifting, you know, and be more educated. Let's start pushing more education too, as well.
Right.
You feel me? My bad, people. But yeah, man, we got to just start inspiring each other to do better and be better. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. But I appreciate everybody, man, for showing up, man. You feel me? Everybody kept it respectful for the most part. All love to all y'all that came and sat down at this round table, man. I salute all y'all. JCAT Correctional Facility said, "Excuse me, creep, but are you single man cell? What prison you at?" Oh shit. King John said, "Checking in to the round table. Salute, bro." In the chat, salute to you, King Johnson. All my love and respect to you in Oak Park as always, Brody. Hold on, y'all. This dude asked me where I was at. That's funny business. Odell Harden say, all love, Creep, for sure, man. King John say, I'm late. Hey, man, hey. King John, you know it's all good, Brody. We on our way about the dough. However, you know what I'm saying? Hey, your participation is always loved and respected here at this round table, Brody. You feel me? JCAT Correctional Facility said, oh yeah, they got him up out of here. Odell Harden say, I ran in the building. Hey, man, I'm finna get up out of here, though, man. I appreciate all my roundtable family, man. Hey, y'all take care. Y'all stay safe out there. Let the people that's in your life know you love and appreciate them while you can, because tomorrow is promised to none of us. So let's start taking advantage of time while we have the time to do so. You feel me? Let the frivolous BS go, man. Let's start bettering ourselves, so we can put ourselves in better positions to help the people that need it. You feel me? We all need help somewhere. On that note, though, y'all take care. Y'all stay safe out there. You feel me? I want all my roundtable family back here in one piece the next time we mount up and come to this roundtable. On that note, I love all y'all. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Triple game.